And we're live.
Good morning, or depending on when you're listening to this or watching this, good afternoon and good night. Welcome to the Pete Braley Show. This is show number 186. I'm Pete Braley, along with my co-host, the executive producer, the show creator, the all-around great guy, my son, Matt.
Yeah. Good morning. Feels like Friday.
Just give me a yeah.
Yeah. We're live.
It does feel like Friday. I don't know if it's because Doug and Marla are going home today.
I think that's what it is.
Maybe we think that's why it's the end of the week. So, I don't know. Thank you for choosing us and for selecting us. We know our goal is to start your day off on a positive note. So if you like what we do, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future shows. We're live on YouTube weekday mornings at 8 o'clock, and you can also find us wherever you go for your favorite podcasts. Coming up today, it is day 2 of the Stumpah, so we offer you a clue. Are you having trouble, or is someone in your family having trouble coming up with a baby name? Well, you can now hire a professional for that. And why didn't we think of this? Did you see the last Spider-Man movie? Well, coming up, I'll tell you about the guy who has seen it the most times. Oh, wacko, if you ask me. And we'll have the story of the luckiest man alive. You know, a lot of people in the news coming up today. And anyway, good morning and welcome to Thursday. It is another chilly start to a spring day here on the South Coast. But it seems like a calm day after we had that wicked windstorm the other night.
And then we had like the remnants of it yesterday. It was still pretty breezy yesterday.
Yeah, got a little breezy.
Yeah, it wasn't anything like the day before, but
No.
The breeze made it a little chilly.
We did make it to the daffodil fields yesterday. Matt did not go with us because he had work to catch up on.
I'm a hard worker. This show doesn't put itself on.
I know Diane asked on Facebook if we waited for Kat, and the answer is no.
Nope.
To that.
They were impatient. Couldn't do it.
Well, they were trying to figure out, how to get everything done that they wanted to do yesterday. And so we said, is it okay if we go early? And Kat was okay with that. She said she was okay. Mm-hmm. Mom offered to go back to the daffodil fields this weekend with Kat and Josh.
Yeah. I mean, Kat and Josh are grown-ups. They could go by themselves.
Well, they could go
We'll
by
see.
themselves.
It's up to them.
Yeah. There is a nature reserve in Dartmouth, which is one town over from us. And it's just, I don't know if they say on the website how many daffodils there are, but there's a bunch, okay? And there's just a field of daffodils.
Yeah, what did you guys say?
What did I say?
Someone said, "Oh, well, if Matt was here, I'm sure he could count and figure it out."
I think we were walking out, and we said, gee, I wonder how many daffodils there are. And I think Mom said, yeah, if Matt were here, he could probably figure out, how many are in a quadrant, and then he could.
Which I had to explain to them. I'm what they call a lazy nerd. I got good grades, but I wasn't looking for extracurricular activities when it comes to math. I wasn't like, you know what? I wonder how many roof shingles are on that house. Let me calculate it real quick. No.
Let me get my pen out of my pocket protector.
I was good at algebra, but guess what? I was doing the test, and that was it. I wasn't going out and water. I wonder how many gallons of water are in this ocean right here. How can I calculate that?
I did ask one of the guides that were there. I asked, how long has this been here? Because, I grew up in this area, and I don't remember these daffodil fields. And she told me that they've actually been there for like 100 years. They were planted before the war. That they've been there for like 100 years. But it wasn't until social media that we all knew about it.
Wow.
Look at that, huh?
A positive for social media? Give it up.
There's one.
Hey, we'll have a daffodil field soon because Trish doesn't let me cut them down. So
yeah, it's true.
We have some in the yard.
We have quite a few in the yard.
I'm not allowed to chop them up with the mower until they fully die.
Yes.
Because then they replant themselves and they multiply. So sooner or later we'll have a daffodil field here.
Right here.
So, yeah.
Outside the stew.
Just wait. It'll happen.
Welcome to Thursday. It is April 21st. It's World Creativity and Innovation Day. So whatever your big idea is, go for it. I don't have a big idea. I never really, I'm just not one of those guys, I guess, that comes up with, here's a plan. Why don't we do it? Or I think of something and then never do anything about it.
Oh, well, there you go. That's your problem.
Yeah.
This show was one of my big ideas.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. So we thank you for that.
This show's my baby. So this is my child. All the parenting stories where I'm like, I'm not qualified. I am.
You are.
I take care of this baby right here.
This baby right here. It is National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day. Now, you don't like nuts, right? You don't like cashews, do you?
No, I don't mind cashews as cashews. Just don't try and give me them and trick me that they're candy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's National High Five Day.
I thought you wanted a high five. Everybody needs to see it. It wasn't a good. We don't have the range.
We don't.
Space to do a good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You could leave me hanging like Tom Brady in that video, right?
Okay, try it again.
Okay. It's also National Tea Day today, which I'm not really into tea. I'm not a tea drinker.
I went through a short tea phase.
But it was green tea. No, you had hot tea.
Yeah,
right?
I had hot tea. It was okay. It was before my coffee phase. I was like, I need something with a little caffeine. And
gotcha.
Heard there was a little caffeine in tea.
Yeah.
Tried it. It was okay. Then I had coffee, and I haven't really looked back.
The only time I drank tea was I used to work with a man, a legend in this area, Stan Lip, at the radio station. And once when I got laryngitis, Stan said, tea and honey. Mm-hmm. So I would do it. Whenever I had a sore throat or laryngitis, it was tea and honey. But that was about the only time I drank it.
And of course, I told this story, but I tried ginger tea a couple weeks ago for the first time. Disgusting. That's never happening again.
Not going to do it. On the Datebook today, on this day in 1878, New York installed the first firehouse pole. It's a lot quicker to get downstairs that way.
Are we sure they didn't just do it for fun? Which I fully support, but are we sure?
That's a
I
good
can fly
point.
down the steps pretty quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily need a pole.
So the first guy, huh?
I think they were like,
for fun?
guys, hear me out. They were probably like at a bar post shift, really drunk. Hear me out. We put in a slide. They're like, no, that's not professional.
No, we can't do a slide.
That's not professional.
No.
Okay, a stripper pole, but make it longer. They were like, nailed it.
On this day in 1952, the first Secretary's Day was celebrated. Of course, it's now known as Administrative Professionals Day, and it is actually coming up next Wednesday this year. But this was the first one.
Oh. Okay.
On this day in 1956, Elvis Presley had his first hit record as Heartbreak Hotel goes #1.
Let's hear it.
Well, since my baby left me, I'll find a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street, that Heartbreak Hotel.
So lonely, baby. I get so lonely.
You can't sing that
I
song.
get so lonely. I could die.
You can't sing
I
that song.
actually knew that one.
You can't do that without going into an Elvis imitation, can you?
No.
I mean,
did he sing with the lip? I don't know how you'd really sing with that. I get so lonely, baby. I get so lonely.
I don't think he came into play.
I think you just really need to get as creepy as possible when you go into that. Like, just imagine you're in somebody's bedroom in the middle of the night. I get so lonely, baby. I get so lonely.
Nothing weird about that.
That's how I picture the song. At least.
Nothing weird about that.
Sorry for everyone that had to listen to that.
On this day in 1984, after 37 weeks, Michael Jackson's album Thriller is knocked off as the top album of the year. What do you think knocked it off?
I'm going to go with Gangnam Style.
Gangnam, no, that was a little later.
Oh, okay.
The movie soundtrack of Footloose knocked off Thriller's #1.
It's always interesting to me when a movie soundtrack hops up there because you know it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Yeah.
It does, yeah. On this day in 1986, Geraldo Rivera opened Al Capone's vault on live TV. And there was nothing inside.
Man,
that was they had such a build-up because I think it was a 2-hour show. So they were building it up and then they finally got it open and nothing.
I mean, I'm sure like the network, executives didn't care. They were like, hey, we got what we wanted.
They did get great ratings.
But, what a disappointment as a viewer.
On this day in 1995, the FBI arrested Timothy McVeigh and charged him with the Oklahoma City bombing. And it was on this day in 2019 that a Ukrainian comedian, how do you pronounce his name? President Zelensky, wins the country's presidential election in a landslide.
Wait, did you say comedian?
Yeah, he was a comedian.
I never knew that.
Yes.
That's really funny.
That's one of the reasons he's so personable in any interview or video is he was a comedian.
I'm just wondering if I would trust any comedians to run this country. I'm trying to think.
A couple of them have been comedians, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Who would you trust, though?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm trying to go through them right now.
Are we talking stand-up guys or like the late-night hosts? Are
that's
they included?
True. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's under the general umbrella of comedian.
Jimmy Fallon?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd probably want someone to take it serious. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. Celebrity birthdays for today. It is Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor's birthday today. The Queen of England is 96.
Wow.
In failing health, I guess, I heard. Tony Danza is 71. Rob Riggle is 52. He's on the Fox pregame show, right? He's the comedian.
Yeah, he's also an actor.
Yeah. And Tony Romo is 42 today. All right, who do we have in the chats?
Let's see. What's up, squad?
A lot going on.
Emily says today is going to be a 2 coffee day. I feel that. It's sad. It's sad when you wake up and know it before you even have the first coffee.
Yeah.
Like, this is a 2 coffee day.
2 coffee day.
Johnny Depp YouTube got me again. I'm recapping the trial. I'm watching the trial.
We were talking about it before the show, and it's weird.
One thing I'm realizing, though, it's not even about Johnny Depp or anything about the case. Just, like, how boring, like, the court system is. I mean, granted, it's Johnny Depp up there, making a testimony. A little interesting. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Talks so slow, though. Like, and you know what? I appreciate he's trying to get his words right, trying to get his thoughts together.
And he's a very private guy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But man, he talks so slow. But the thing that really bugs me is he's like, Ken said, in the end, Lord, objection, hearsay.
Hearsay.
And the judge is like, okay, looks to the Johnny Depp's lawyer. He's like, okay, if you want to reword that. And she's like, okay, Johnny. Without saying what he said, what did he say? And Johnny Depp's like, and he said, objection, Your Honor. And I'm like, oh my God, just let the man talk. Like, this, who do we really care? It's annoying. It's the wording of how he says it. If he says that it came from the other person, no, can't talk about it. And so Johnny Depp like laughs sometime, which is pretty funny. Like if he it'll be objection, and he just sits there smiling. So
it is nothing like TV.
No, they shorten those court cases real quick.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, Abby says that sweatshirt looks pretty comfy.
It is. It is very comfy. I don't know. It's like super soft lining and stuff.
Yeah, it's made from the feathers of an Egyptian sparrow.
Is that your favorite after Sibs?
Yeah, I don't even know why I said that, but I loved every part of it. Oh. I might just clip that and just play it nonstop.
By the way, how are you feeling this morning, physically?
Oh, after playing catch?
Yeah.
Oh, my shoulder's killing me.
Doug and Matt decided to play catch yesterday.
Yeah. Doug did walk in and he goes, Matt, do you want to have a catch?
He did.
He did say it like
the Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doug was like, last night he was like, oh, my back. I'm like, okay.
My shoulder is killing me. And we were standing there. Me and Doug used to play catch all the time.
We did.
But like, we were both like in the prime of our baseball careers. Yes. We were like whipping the ball at each other. Yesterday we were talking about like how slow we were throwing the ball. We were like, man, how time has changed.
And I bet you shortened the distance from when you were younger.
Oh yeah, we tried a couple long throws, got it there on 1 or 2, maybe 7 hops.
Long toss is not happening anymore.
Yeah, Dana says fire pole's so much fun. Is that place in New Bedford still a museum? The fire museum?
I think it is.
Because I just remember they had a fire pole.
Yes,
I think you could slide down.
Yep.
Dana says tea has more caffeine than coffee.
Does it really?
Maybe not the tea I drank.
I did not know that.
I thought I saw something that said it. Maybe it was just the tea I drank. Maybe like legit tea has more caffeine.
Right.
Yeah, tea just doesn't have a lot of flavor to it,
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I was just doing like a tea bag. Maybe, if you go real tea where you get the tea leaves and you boil some water.
I've never done that.
It's really complex. I don't know how it works. It's like there's
too much.
There's some coffee that people make. I don't know.
That you mentioned that pour over.
But they also got like a million things to mix in. I'm like, but where's the coffee? And then they put like this much coffee. You're like,
and did they grind their own beans too? I mean,
I've seen people do that.
Wow.
I just don't. I don't think I'll ever in my life wake up and have that much energy to do all of that before the coffee.
Because
you need the coffee to do all of that.
Right.
You make a cup in the Keurig and then have the energy to then make the second cup.
Then make the real cup, yeah.
Gotcha. Abby says, only 2 coffees? Geez, I think I drink too much. I drink too much coffee. I have 2 before I leave the house, then a few more during the day. Yeah, that's too much coffee, Abby. We should talk about that.
What did I figure out? I think I figured when I used to do a morning radio show, I think I used to drink 4 or 5 cups a day.
Not good.
Because I'm what am I saying? I'm basically saying that a large Dunkin' is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That'd
Yeah.
be 2 cups of coffee, probably.
Unless it's one of those tricks. You've seen it's not with Dunkin' Donuts, but have you seen the McDonald's? Like, they'll take a medium drink and pour it into a large cup, and it's somehow the same amount of liquid.
Uh-oh.
They trick you.
I guess.
They trick you. But I don't think Dunkin' could do that.
I don't think so.
They can't put more ice or anything like that.
No.
Well, they can in iced coffee.
Iced coffee, yeah. Which I've never been a fan of.
I don't know. Danny says, tough getting old, eh, man? Yeah, it's more so that I haven't played baseball in like 2.5 years.
You could probably
I'm just so out of baseball shape.
Yeah, you could get back into baseball shape.
Not catching shape, though. I don't think I could ever get back into that kind of shape.
Yeah.
Like, if I bend down for more than like 30 seconds, I'm like, okay, I need a break. Hold on. Let me stand up real quick. My entire body is the age of a 23-year-old.
But your knees.
But my knees are probably at least
45.
like 67. Yeah. Anyways, back to you.
In the news on this Thursday morning, a pregame ceremony featuring the Army's Golden Knights prompted a brief evacuation of the U.S. Capitol yesterday. Everything's okay. Capitol Police evacuated the building Wednesday, but then said there was no threat in a series of messages to staff members and journalists who work there. The Golden Knights parachuted into the Washington Nationals Stadium, which is a couple of blocks away from the Capitol. It was all part of Military Appreciation Night. Well, evidently there was a little miscommunication between the Capitol Police and the organizers of the pregame ceremony. Initially, police ordered the building evacuated, saying in an email to staffers, the United States Capitol is tracking an aircraft that poses a probable threat to the Capitol complex. Yeah, communication issue there.
Man, Military Appreciation Day, too. You'd think they'd communicate that.
Evidently not. A nurse just ran the Boston Marathon in scrubs. Samantha Roker, a nurse from Philadelphia, wanted to raise awareness of the need for mental health support for people in her profession. So she decided to run Boston's marathon on Monday in her scrubs. She set a Guinness World Record for the fastest marathon in scrubs at 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 2 seconds, which was good for a 56th place among all the women. But that's not the end of the good news. During her training, Samantha was able to raise more than $43,000 for organizations that help nurses with mental health struggles.
Damn, that's awesome.
She said the record was nice, a nice bonus. The overwhelming part was really the audience that was reached and the money that was raised.
And clearly she's good. Like,
evidently.
Finished really well.
Yeah. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are going to reunite again. This time it's for an Amazon movie about Nike's pursuit of Michael Jordan in the mid-'80s. That could be cool.
I'm going to go ahead and say neither one of them were playing Michael Jordan.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, what else did I read this morning? The real Jerry West
Oh, I did see that.
is threatening to sue HBO because this miniseries about the Lakers dynasty that I've been talking about, he is not portrayed nicely in that movie.
But, well, you said last week that there's a lot of people saying that's not true at all. Like, none of that stuff is true.
Yeah. One of the Boston sports writers that was covering the Celtics in the 80s said, I don't know where they're coming up with this stuff. So,
yikes.
But Jerry's really, he's portrayed as an alcoholic. He's got anger issues. He throws his MVP trophy around the office, and he says none of that ever happened.
Man. So now, in the beginning of the episode, do they say like it's based on true events or some things are fictionalized? Does it say any brief pop-ups?
Yeah, I think
that?
they do have a pop-up at the beginning that says, some of this is dramatized.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's messed up, though. Man,
I don't know. But who reads those little pop-ups,
I do, clearly. I asked you if it was there.
Oh, okay.
Apparently I'm the only one.
Well, apparently I have because I read it. I told you it was there.
Yeah.
A garden supply store in Michigan knows that everyone is concerned about gas prices, so they have started a new promotion offering free gas with any purchase. It's called Grow Green Michigan. They started the promotion last week, and it's already working. Any purchase at all, whether it's 50 cents or $50, will earn customers 5 gallons of gas for free. It's only 5, but I mean,
And the place went bankrupt.
The promotion has drawn in a lot of customers who otherwise wouldn't make the trip to do their business, so They say it's working so far.
Yeah, but hear me out. They said you could spend 50 cents. I would literally just go in and buy a keychain.
I know, huh?
I would have all the gas I need for like the whole summer cutting grass.
Crazy.
There you go. I feel like there should be a limit.
Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are teaming up to take on Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the 6th edition of The Match on June 1st at the Wynn in Las Vegas. The 12-hole golf challenge, and one wonders why it's 12. But anyway, the 12-hole golf challenge raises money for charity. So far, the series has raised nearly $33 million for various organizations. Brady and Rodgers played in last July's match. That saw Phil Mickelson and Brady lose to Bryson DeChambeau and Rodgers in a tournament played in Big Sky, Montana. Well, that's cool. They're doing something good with their celebrityness.
Now I wonder, though, because it's Brady and Rodgers against Mahomes and Allen. Are there not golf pros mixed in there?
Evidently not this time around.
Okay, interesting.
So
I'll probably watch a little bit.
Yeah. See how good they are, right?
Yeah.
And finally, a large bear with an insatiable sweet tooth has found a favorite bakery in a small town in Italy. And all efforts to keep him from munching on the pastries and cookies so far have been fruitless. The bakery is in Roccaraso, Italy. It was visited by a large brown bear that broke in through a window and snacked on cookies and the other baked items. The bear, who has been given the name Juan Carrito, and I don't know why, was trapped and he was airlifted to a wooded area. They took him 24 miles away, where he was expected to live a comfortable and happy life. Well, just a few days later, the bear returned to the bakery, where it was found outside playing in the snow. He was recaptured and he was flown to a national park 93 miles away. And 3 weeks later, he found his way back again. Juan Carrito was captured again, fitted with a GPS collar so they can track him now. Meanwhile, the owners of the bakery have installed bars on the windows if or when the bear returns and if or when he's hungry.
I mean, two things. Number one, massive compliment to the bakery. The smell of their pastries travels far.
I guess.
And number two, just give the guy an apron. He's just trying to work there. He's just trying to help out. You know, just take advantage of this and maybe train him so that he doesn't attack people. And then think of how many people would go see
little kids come by to see the bear.
The bear that works at the bakery.
I know, right?
Maybe not little kids. That's dangerous.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, it's dangerous for everybody.
I immediately, who else immediately pictured like an old Looney Tunes cartoon where they would make this work? Mm-hmm. I could see the bear in a tutu, you know?
No, come on. A little respect, Pete.
All right, let's get to the Stumpah, and this is day 2. We had this question for you yesterday. If you do this in 2022, you will save about $600. What is it? A lot of good guesses yesterday about saving energy and this, that, and the other. Our hint today, I do this, but I'm probably not saving $600.
Did anyone say saving energy? I'm trying to think.
Didn't we have things like turning off light bulbs and things like that? No?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Apparently, that's Pete's answer. It's not right, if any of you are wondering that.
So our hint today, Pete does this, but he's probably not saving $600. Okay, what is it?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the hint.
Yeah. What is it that you could do this year that you would save about $600?
Yeah, and Pete does it, but he's probably not saving $600.
Probably not. No. So that's our first clue. We'll see how you do with that. While you enter your answers in the chat, those of you watching live, today's fascinating fact: President William McKinley was shot right after he gave away his good luck charm. Let that be a lesson. President McKinley always wore a red carnation for good luck, but he would sometimes give it out as a memento. Well, when greeting a crowd in 1901, he handed a 12-year-old girl the bloom off his lapel, saying, "I must give this flower to another little flower." Oh, so nice. Minutes later, he was fatally shot by a man in the crowd.
The good news, though, I will
should
say,
laugh at that.
Well, I mean, it is, that
what a coincidence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I will say, numbers-wise, this guy gives out a flower all the time.
That's what they said.
It's not like the first time he ever gave away his good luck charm.
He got shot.
He got shot.
Right.
He does it all the time. So it's, numbers wise,
it was eventually going to
happen.
Yeah.
But also, what kind of good luck charm do you give out all the time? That's kind of weird,
Good point.
So that's a little, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's not as bad as, like, he never gave away his rabbit's foot, and the second he did, he got shot. So,
that would have been
if you have a good luck charm and you lose it, don't worry. You're probably not going to get shot, knock on wood.
The odds are, right.
Yeah, but yeah, that is a coincidence. That's crazy.
All right, so what do you think? This is something, if you do this in 2022, you will save about $600.
Abby says go to the library.
Go to the library. Ooh, no, that's not it.
Not it?
She knows I go to the library
Probably
a lot.
true, though, as opposed to buying books. But although I said I enjoy buying books.
Yeah.
I don't read fast enough to spend $600 on books, though. I don't, because I don't read like 50 pages a day like this guy. I can't do it. I mean, 10, 15 pages, that's a wrap. Justin says, stop smoking.
Stop smoking. No, that's not it.
Probably more, right? I would think people spend a lot of money on cigarettes.
I can't believe how much they are now.
Yeah, thank God you don't smoke
If
anymore.
I was still smoking, I'd quit.
We'd be living in a cardboard box somewhere if this guy was still smoking. Abby says, reread books.
Reread books. No, that's not it. No.
People
I've done that occasionally. Like I told you, the Sherlock Holmes collection,
yeah,
I've read that twice.
It's got to be a long period of time in between.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, reread books. Abby says use audiobooks.
Use audiobooks? No, that's not it.
They are cheaper than actual books.
Yep, they are.
Abby's in a reading mood today,
I
which
guess.
I have to applaud. Gary says vaping.
Vaping. No, that's not it.
Maybe vaping instead of buying cigarettes.
Yeah.
Dana says quick showers.
Quick showers. No, that's not it.
Nope, and that's never happening. Love me a shower.
Well, it does happen with me. So.
Yeah. Diane says walk outside rather than the gym.
No, that's not it.
But
No.
what if it's raining?
Yeah.
Gary says using a streaming service.
No, that's not it.
That's true. As opposed to cable, you might save a quick buck.
Might save.
Unless you have to buy all of the streaming services. Gail says make menus for meals.
No, that's not it.
We've been making menus.
I did that yesterday.
Yeah, we've been making menus my whole life. Emily says buy at thrift stores.
No, that's not it.
Nope. No. Abby says cook using recipes.
No. But Abby's like right on picking things I do, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I forgot that was the hint.
Hint was.
That makes a lot of sense
I
now.
do this, but I'm probably not saving $600.
Abby says looking up recipes online.
No, I do that, but no.
He does that.
Yep.
Justin says not buy team merch. Because the dolphin shirt debacle.
No, that's not it.
Not it.
No.
But that is. He did it again the other day, guys.
Why?
I forgot to tell you.
Oh, that's right.
The Red Sox were wearing their yellow jerseys. And they have light blue hats. And Kat was like, Dad, you know, that seems like a U hat.
Yeah, you should
buy
get that hat.
So he looks it up online. He's like, I don't know, Priscilla, should I buy the $34.99 hat?
See, to me, that's too much for a hat.
And of course, I only said Priscilla because it was coming out of his mouth. But Trish responded with, she was like, do you want it? Sure. Go, buy it. And he's like, I don't know. Did you buy it?
No.
Peter.
I'm like, this is like a $25 hat. I'm okay with that. But $34 is like, that's a lot.
How did you get that hat for $25?
I don't know. I did.
Okay. Is it like a knockoff or something?
You don't think so?
I'm starting to think maybe you bought it from like a weird website or a little worried.
It came from Korea.
I just had to enter my social security number. I didn't think that was an issue. I thought that was pretty typical. Abby says be indecisive on purchases.
No, that's not it. No.
Justin says use pencil instead of pen.
No.
Is that a thing? Wouldn't pencil be more expensive? Well, no, pens run out too. I don't know. Either way, nobody uses pencils around here. Come on.
I did in my scorebook the other day.
Oh, my goodness, Peter.
Okay.
Abby says only order out once a week.
No, that's not it.
Abby, do you know our entire life? What is going on? You're just stating everything that we do. It's a little creepy. How do you know we only order out once a week?
We've probably talked about
What
it.
day is it? Friday. Everybody knows. That's takeout day. Emily says donate to thrift stores.
No, that's not it.
Nope. Gloria says buy less coffee.
No, that's not it.
Nobody's buying less coffee around here.
If you do this in 2022, you'll save about $600. What is it?
Abby said have your son join the podcast instead of hiring somebody. Amen.
But no.
Guys saving a quick buck because it's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Staff salaries? Pumpkins.
Matt's hatred? $1 million. Gary says driving instead of flying.
No, that's not it.
We don't do that anymore. No, I'm just kidding. May's coming up.
We're driving in May. Are you going to fly down and we'll meet you there?
Well, you guys are like, Matt, do you want to come? And I'm like, I don't want to drive anymore. Past 2 times I've flown. It's so nice. You get there in like an hour.
You're there in an hour,
so
maybe hour and a
beautiful.
half.
I don't know if I can give that up. Dana says, don't buy brand name stuff.
No, that's not it.
You calling us cheap, Dana? Is that what you're saying? Calling us cheap around here? I'm just kidding. That's what we do. We definitely do that. Unless it's something specific that like the brand name is significantly better. But that doesn't happen often. Yeah, we buy simple stuff.
Yeah.
Abby says, not visit family in Vermont.
Saving lots of money by doing that. No, that's not it. No.
Abby is not going to stop until we go up
So
there.
we got to get up there.
The weather's getting warmer, so maybe.
It's not a 12-hour drive. It's only 5.
That's true. It's going to seem like that'll be a quick nap for me. Yeah. Normally, drive to Virginia, it's like 3-4 naps. That's how I judge the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vermont, that'd be like one nap, maybe
One nap,
2.
you're there.
Abby says, I'm running out of guesses here. Justin says, drinking water from tap.
No, that's not it.
Who do you think you think we drink tap water over here?
We got a way to filter it.
In Fairhaven, with the issues we've had with tap water,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not
right.
trying to get into it, but we've had some issues with the tap water being, a little grimy.
A little poop water.
Yeah, a little poop water is what we've been calling it. Luckily, no problems in a while.
That was what, last
Knock on
summer?
wood. We got a filter in the fridge, in case you wonder.
Last summer? I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it this summer? I don't know. It was in the past year. Dana says, turn the heat down.
No, not turning the heat down. No.
Nope. That will be Trish soon. We're approaching the time period where it gets really cold in the morning and night, and Trish will not let us turn on the heat.
Yes.
We haven't reached that point yet.
In the fall, she doesn't like to turn the heat on until November. So we get some chilly October nights.
We get used to wearing jackets inside. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Abby says, clip coupons.
No, not coupons.
I don't think anyone's really clipping coupons around here that much.
No, Sarah did it for a while.
Every now and then we get some Jersey Mike's coupons.
Oh,
And those
yeah.
are good coupons. It's like buy 2 subs, get a third sub free. Perfect for the 3 amigos over here
Yeah, that's right.
on takeout day. Danny says, go to bed early.
No, that's not it.
That doesn't happen around here.
Would
maybe
that save
maybe
you
for
money?
the old people.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't think that would save you money. But if it would, maybe I would start doing it.
Yeah.
Abby said, only drink 1 cup of coffee.
No.
That's a good guess.
And I can't do that.
Abby says, not use the sweet creamer stuff Auntie uses.
Oh, no, not that. That's not it.
She would save like $1,000 if she cut back on the
Yes.
creamer that she uses,
Yes, yes.
Justin says, using sneakers for years.
No.
No.
That's one thing. I usually buy a new pair like every 6 months.
That is the correct lifespan of sneakers.
Because,
6
is
months.
it?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Professional.
No problem. It depends on the use of the sneakers, obviously. If you have a good rotation, you can stretch it out.
I don't rotate.
If you're going with one pair, it's
have
about
one
6
pair.
months, maybe
Yep.
even a little less.
Now that I'm not, going out to work in an office, wear shoes.
Yeah. Last couple guesses I'm going to take. Abby says, share a car with somebody.
No,
No, that's a good guess, though. Justin says, glasses instead of contacts.
no, that's not it.
No. Abby says, good God, I'm stumped. That's the point. Emily says, carpools.
Carpool, good idea, but no.
Nope. That's all the answers I have.
All right.
Oh, that last one, Abby says, work from home.
No, not work from home.
Not it. Stumped.
All right.
Day 3 coming at you.
Day 3.
Tomorrow.
We'll be back with a hint tomorrow, and hopefully you'll get it tomorrow because I don't like to ruin your weekend.
I
No?
do.
You're okay with that, right?
Yep. Doesn't affect me at all.
Hey, is someone in your life trying to come up with a name for a new baby? It can be confusing for some. I mean, Priscilla and I, or Trish and I, used to...
My name's not Trish.
There you go. We used to, when we went to bed at night, we would take out the baby book and say, what about Lancelot? Could he be Lancelot Braley? No.
What do we think?
No.
Sounds pretty strong. You
Yeah.
know, maybe
You like
for
that?
someone like me.
We did hear a couple of days ago, I mentioned how Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott were going to rename their baby. They still don't have a new name. They haven't come up with a new name. They had named the baby Wolf, but then later decided he doesn't really look like a wolf. So they,
no fur, no sharp teeth.
they decided the name didn't fit him. So maybe they should contact this woman, though. Her name is Taylor Humphrey. She is 33 years old from New York. She has a professional baby naming business. Her entire business is coming up with the perfect name for other people's newborns for thousands of dollars per couple. It ain't cheap. For thousands of dollars per couple, Taylor will call and she will chat with you about a variety of things. So she does do her research here. She'll talk about your family history. She'll find out your likes and dislikes, everything to how you and your partner met. And then she will pick out the perfect name for your baby. I guess it's perfect in her eyes. I don't know. Apparently, she helped name more than 100 babies last year, enough that she was able to quit her day job and do this full time.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Now, as an idea man, are you like, that's a good idea?
No. We've actually had a similar story like this a long time ago. Like
Have we?
In the earlier shows.
He has a much better memory than I do.
Yeah. I still think it's a scam. I mean, just look at her process that she just said. She looks at your family history. Something you're more than capable of doing yourself.
True.
Then she looks at your likes and dislikes. I like the Patriots. Should I name my kid Tom? I can do that myself. Should I name my kid Julian? Julian Edelman. What a good name. Hey, Julian, there's the answer.
Okay.
Got it.
We're done.
Like, what a scam. Thousands of dollars?
I don't know the exact amount, but it did say thousands with an S.
Hear me out. Why don't you spend that money on the baby?
Oh.
Maybe buy the baby clothes and diapers.
That would work. And you can probably buy that baby naming book for, I don't know, what's a book go for now? $29.99?
And you want to know why she picks out the perfect name? Because the parents spend thousands. You can't spend thousands, and then when she picks the name, you're like, nah, we're not going to use that. When you spend thousands, it's the perfect name. It doesn't matter if she says, I'm trying to think of a bad name without insulting anybody.
What if
Olga? She's like, is it a girl? Olga. That's from your great-great-grandmother that was racist. What a great name.
What if Kylie and Travis hire her and she says, you should have stayed with Wolf? You know,
I mean, after spending thousands, they'll probably, well, no, I mean, they're rich, but,
yeah,
but what a scam.
And did anyone else have this happen? I can remember back when we were looking for Sarah's name, I think, back when we were going through the baby name book. And, we'd go through, and I think the first time through, it's like I put a little tick mark next to every name that I kind of liked.
Okay.
And then you go back, But has anyone else, I won't mention the name, but there was one name that I kind of liked, but it reminded Priscilla of, like, the mean girl that she'd gone to high school with.
Okay.
So she was like, no, we're not naming our child that.
I think that's fair.
All she could think of was that character. But I didn't know that mean girl. So I was like, that's a beautiful name. No, it's not.
Yeah, but I think that's totally fair on her part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you keep going through all the names.
I was just wondering if anybody else went through that.
Well, that's like you shouldn't pick a name that's, one of their exes, on either side.
Definitely.
That could be weird.
That could be very weird. Yeah.
So, but that's something you could easily do, by yourself. You don't need to pay somebody.
You don't have to pay a professional.
Emily said, she is 100% just opening up to a random page and pointing at a name. Bam, that's it. 100%. She's Googling. While she's on the phone with you, she's like, popular baby names of 2003. She's like, Stephanie. It's speaking.
It's speaking to me.
I'm so mad. I'm flipping my microphone. She's like, Stephanie, it's just screaming off the page.
Yes.
Make money in a different way.
Yeah.
Stop stealing money from these poor people.
Okay.
They're just trying to have a baby.
Do you suffer from dentophobia? You can figure that one out, right? It's the fear of going to the dentist. Mm-hmm. For some people, the mere mention of the word dentist is enough to cause nightmares. So I don't usually tell people to tune out, but you might want to put the sound down if dentistry bothers you, because this story might only add to your anxiety. 60-year-old Tom Cozy had a medical procedure to remove a drill bit from his lung that he somehow inhaled while having a cavity filled by his dentist. Now, number one, I've had my share of cavities over my life.
Wow.
You ever had a cavity?
Knock on wood?
Wow.
Not yet.
So, I've been through this procedure, so I've been right in this guy's place, but I don't know how he inhaled it. He said, I was at the dentist getting a tooth filled, and then the next thing I know, I was told I swallowed this tool. I didn't really even feel it going down. They are small. Because you think drill bit, you think, oh, it must have been that big. But
well, it's for a tooth.
For a tooth, it's very small.
Yeah.
He said, all I felt was a little cough. When they did the CT scan, the CAT scan, they realized you didn't swallow it, you inhaled it.
Yes.
Doctors say they use the device that is typically used for the detection of cancer to carefully remove the 1-inch bit without having to perform invasive surgery. If that didn't work, he likely would have needed part of his lung removed to reach the bit. Wow.
So he's getting a lot of money, right? Right? From this dentist?
It doesn't say. Goes, he's doing fine. He has the drill bit in a jar for keeps. It's on display at home.
I mean, at that point, yeah.
Might as well.
Most of the time when you get something removed, it's gross, so you don't want to keep it. But, drill bit, you clean it off, just looks like a drill bit. Conversation starter.
Great thing to bring out for wine night, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just can't imagine.
That's so... Ugh.
And how did he inhale it? That must have been a quick... I mean, just
guess.
a normal...
I don't...
Normal breathing. And obviously... I don't think they're supposed to come off the drill.
That's what I was saying.
Must have been a little equipment failure.
Do they not make it so that doesn't happen? I feel like dropping something in the person's mouth is like on the top list of things not to do as a dentist.
Yeah.
So. Gross.
Anyway, we have some coping tips today, maybe for this guy dealing with anxiety, but sometimes, admit it, we all need our, what? Nothing. Sometimes we all need our therapists or coaches after 5 or on weekends. There's a website called realsimple.com that has 5 coping strategies that are worth a try. All right. Number 1 is to journal. I've read this for years. Jotting down your thoughts can help you process as you write. Plus, I've read that if you're having trouble getting to sleep at night, your mind is racing, write that stuff down. It's a way to get it out.
And if you get famous, you can publish it as a book.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Right? The Inside Thoughts of Matt. Another tip is to move. Even light exercise can get your endorphins going. And as Elle Wood once said, endorphins make you happy.
At least it's not like move, like go to a different. I thought for a second, I was like, wait a second. You get a little stressed and you got to move to a different city?
I got to go to Cleveland now?
I don't want to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
That'll make me more stressed.
No, but the thing is to just move. And that's advice, too, that I got from Catherine, the family athletic trainer, who, because... I've gone back to walking on the treadmill, doing all this stuff, and every time I'm there, it's like there's a little voice in my head that says, all right, let's go faster this week. Let's go longer. And I keep hearing Kat's voice saying, no, just move. Just make sure you move every day. Number 3 on the list is to breathe. Breath work or slowing down your breathing can help manage anxiety.
I think everyone should breathe, personally.
It's probably a good thing.
I don't think you
daily.
should wait until you're probably getting stressed because you're dying because you're not breathing. So just breathe, stay alive. That's my advice.
No, but to slow down,
meditate,
slow down
meditation.
Practice gratitude. This is big. It can help give us perspective. So stop and think about the things you're grateful for. That might turn things around in your head.
It's not just for Thanksgiving, people.
And finally, create some structure. Consistency takes concern about the unknown out of the equation, and it gives you something to count on. It's like, what, list of things to do every day, or to just have a routine and stick to your routine.
Yeah.
So, some tips, maybe, hopefully, helpful. Don't know. Brings us to today's random question, and our random question today is, somebody gives you billboard space for free. What do you put on it? Somebody gives you a free billboard by the highway there or whatever in downtown. What are you going to write on it?
A lot of answers here. Number 1, the obvious answer, tune into the Pete Braley Show. A little self-promo.
Weekday mornings, 8 a.m.
I wonder how much a billboard is. Maybe we should look into it. Also, I think I Heart Trish for sure. Like just up on a billboard.
Yeah.
I Heart
Trish.
Yeah. Not for anybody. Just so everyone can be like, who's
Trish?
What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
Who's this Trish?
But Trish I would put it on a highway Trish drives by every day just so she can see it. First she'll be like, my name's not Trish. Then she'll be like, all right, that's sweet. That is sweet.
They went a long way for me.
Because I'm Trish.
My name's not Trish.
It is, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of more. Do you have any?
Well, I like those positive thoughts for the day, that we do. So I might put up a positive thought or something.
Breathe. And then under it in smaller letters, if you don't, you will die.
Wasn't that a Faith Hill song? Just breathe.
I don't know. That one I don't know.
Okay.
I know Elvis, though, if you don't know. I was excited. I normally don't know any of the songs that you talk about.
But you knew that one.
I knew that one.
You knew that
very
one.
well.
I was impressed.
Elvis, man.
And true, isn't it true? You can't do an Elvis song without the...
It's not an Elvis song.
No.
You know?
No.
Like, Blue Christmas. That might be one of my favorite songs, not even just at Christmas time.
I was never really a fan of that. Maybe it's, because that's a lousy way to sing.
Well, that's Elvis. Like a bunch of people turned him down because he sounded weird.
That's right.
That's the story of Elvis.
He was turned down at first.
Dana says, random question. What's for dinner? Is what he's going to put on the billboard. What's for dinner?
That's cool.
Gary says, Providence College sucks. Go Rhodey. Man,
Okay.
Guys trying to start fights out here.
I guess so.
Okay.
So
Abby says, oh, yes, a billboard downtown. We have 0 of those. Well, to be honest, Abby, who's gonna waste some money and put a billboard up there for like 3 people to see it? The 3 people that live in Vermont.
Yeah. Right.
Who's you and your 2 kids? That's it. Those are the 3 people that live in Vermont. Who's gonna spend money? No offense, but that's the truth. Gail says, be kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another answer, just my face in like a really awkward, didn't pose for a picture, like stupid in the middle of talking, like just that, just so everyone is like. What the
hell is that?
Yeah. Just confusing enough to keep people awake on their drive. So,
Okay.
you space out, but then you see that and you're like, what? But not crazy enough where they get into accidents, I just want to linger in their brain.
I'm thinking back to what you said about breathe. I mean, just to have that one word up there would make people say, well, what do they mean? Just breathe or?
But that's why I said in smaller letters so that you don't die.
Oh,
if not, you'll die. And people see, the funny part is though, and I this is like the process of meditation is to get better at this. But like when you focus on yourself breathing, you're like, wait a minute, I'm breathing weird now because you're focused on yourself.
You're focused.
Like, think about yourself breathing right now, and you're like, am I holding it in too long? Like this is uncomfortable.
Not really.
You just do
breath.
it normally.
Yeah, you don't
without
think about
thinking
it.
about it. You're
Right.
doing it how you need to, but then you start to think about it, and you're like, this is weird. This is weird.
You start overanalyzing everything.
Yeah. It is fascinating when you work out, though. And I remember baseball coaches throughout, they were like, just, hands up and, breathe in, hold your breath for a second, let it out. It'll slow down your heart rate. And I was like, as a kid, you're like dying after running. You're like, shut up, coach. But yeah, like I've been working out with my Apple Watch and like you can actually watch your heart rate. It works. They're telling the truth. If there's any kids watching, your coach is telling the truth. But
That was a meme I read once. It's like when you're having a hard time in a game, why don't you stop and do it the way your coach told you to do it?
that's the process of growing up though.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Thinking that adults are dumb.
They don't know what they're talking about.
And then you start to get older, like 20s, you're like, maybe they were right. And then you get older and you're like, why won't these kids listen to me? And then you're like, wait a minute. I thought they were dumb.
And maybe you get to the point where you say, maybe Dad's right. I should have iced my knees after that doubleheader.
Nah. Played catch yesterday, didn't ice my shoulder,
Trying to tell 15-year-old boys that they need to ice their knees after a game. It just goes in one ear and out the other.
We have more important things to do.
Yeah, and you're indestructible.
Like playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're indestructible. You're like, I don't need to ice. That's for old people.
How am I supposed to win a war with ice on my knees? Peter,
okay.
in
Good
Call
point.
of Duty.
Good point.
Hey, let me get through some more. Abby says, I would make one that says, yep, that's it. That's the whole town. There you go. That's how you get creative in a town with -5 people.
How far do you have to go before you see a billboard? I don't.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the second they get in here.
The biggest town near where Abby lives, I think, and they live near St. Johnsbury, which you might think is a pretty good sized town, But I think, don't you have to go to Littleton, New Hampshire for like?
The diner.
Yes,
Love that diner.
Not to mention-
and the longest candy counter.
longest candy counters at a place called what? Chudder's, I think, is the name of it. So.
Yeah. Diane says, definitely not shackled by lust, turn to Jesus, like the one in... Yeah, what is that? She goes, for some reason that cracks me up every time I see it. Somebody spent a lot of money to make me happy. Yeah. There's a billboard, right?
In Fall River, right?
No, in New Bedford.
Oh, in New
Literally
Bedford
right before
now.
you get into Fairhaven.
Oh, that's
It says,
right.
Shackled by lust, turn to Jesus.
That's it.
Jesus can save you. And it's a massive billboard, and you're like, huh? Who spent money on this? It must have been one of those massive churches that's a complete scam.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
They're like, shackled by lust, Jesus can save you. Just Venmo me $6,000 and I got you.
And I'll pray for you.
It's at Jesus123. That's how you get saved from lust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. What a billboard. Diane says hers would be use your blinker.
Use your blinker.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
Which, for those of you out of state, means your directional signal. But here in Massachusetts, it's a blinker.
I think they call it a blinker, don't they?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I
was like, I don't think anyone's going like just casually calling it a directional signal.
I try to be all-inclusive here so that we never tell a joke that someone goes, what's that?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I did say yesterday, explaining your jokes makes it funnier.
Which I totally disagree. If you have to explain
I also disagree. It was another joke. See, I just had to explain it, Pete.
If you had to explain it, it didn't work.
Moving on.
All right, people in the news this morning, we have a story about the luckiest man in the world.
It wasn't that president we were talking about earlier.
No, not him, no. A teacher in Switzerland is being called the world's luckiest man because he owns the largest collection of four-leaf clovers. The 30-year-old named Julio believes that any type of clover with more than 3 leaves is lucky. All right, I always thought it was a 4-leaf clover, but he says anything that has more than 3. So he has amassed a collection of more than 3,400 4, 5, 6, and some very rare 7-leafed clovers. That's huge. I can't imagine 7 leaf. He says he gathered most of his collection over the past 5 years when he was unemployed and spending a lot of time walking through the countryside.
Do you get to like 25 and you're like, this is kind of boring, but now I'm the 4-leaf clover guy, so I can't stop?
Very good point.
Like, doesn't it take the magic away at that point?
I would get bored after 25.
Yeah, man.
Another world record to tell you about is from a superhero fan in Florida. Don't tell me Florida. Who recently walked out of a movie theater after seeing Spider-Man No Way Home for the 292nd time. Ramiro Alanis was notified by Guinness World Records last week that he holds the record for the most cinema productions attended of the same film. So it has to be at the cinema, not just watching it on demand. This is a title that he previously held in 2019 when he went to see Avengers Endgame 191 times. That record was eventually broken last year, so Alanis said, all right, let's get serious here. He went 292 times to see Spider-Man between December 16th and March 15th. And in case you're wondering, he estimates he has spent $3,400 on tickets to see that movie. Well, he's committed. I got to say that.
These are long movies, folks. These are not short movies. We're talking minimum of 2.5 hours. Endgame was like 3 hours.
That's right. I forgot about that.
You know, wow.
I mean, I can see being a fan. And I'm not really a guy to rewatch a movie. I mean, sometimes...
I am. I need a little bit of time in between.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch a movie if it's good.
Sometimes if, it comes up on demand and I haven't seen it in a couple of years, I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
But to actually go to the theater and spend money to watch it again after you've seen it, 292 times?
They're great movies, but not wow. How do you not get bored? Like, do you bring other stuff? Like, are you on your phone? Do you just go and sit down and play Wordle or something?
Wouldn't you think about the 250th time?
But does it count? Or do you eyes got to be glued to the screen?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible.
And if he's eating all that movie theater popcorn,
oh my goodness. But what a waste of time is all I can think of. Like, how much time? Think of all the other movies. I'm not even talking like go and be productive. Just watch a different movie. You could just really, open your eyes to a lot of different things.
And you have to wonder, like, how many of those were date night? And your date goes, again? We're going again?
Does somebody that watches the same movie 300 times go on dates? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but
live in their parents' basement.
Kind of seems like your priorities are somewhere else.
This is true.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily is looking for love. We need to look this up. Do you make a lot of money from world records? That's the only reason why I can think people would chase this stuff down.
I don't think you make any money. I think it's, and again, I don't know, but I think it's just the honor of having the records. Hey, I hold the world record.
But it's like, if you're like, I want to have some sort of legacy, right? But world records are broken all the time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you the last guy that had it. I mean, granted, I can't tell you the current guy that has it, but
Well, that's why this guy, you remember,
he broke his own record.
yeah, but the old record was like 191 times.
Yeah, maybe he's padding it.
He really figured, I'm going to set this up so nobody makes it.
Maybe, but there's other idiots out there that are gonna go for 300 or something.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. And guys, the only reason he stopped is the movie was out of theaters. He probably would have kept on going.
That's
the
right.
The movie's out of theaters. You can't see it in theaters anymore.
That's right. That's why he stopped.
Man.
Wow.
I don't know that many times.
Hey, that'll do it for today. Stay tuned. We have the post show coming up. That's where we can catch up on some of your chats because I know we've been gabbing a lot here.
Might be a quick post show. I'm starving.
Oh yeah, I am too. I don't know. Anyway, we do leave you with a thought for the day, though, if you must go. And our thought today is, if they say it's impossible, remember, it's impossible for them, not you. All right. We'll be right back with the post show. How is Thursday morning the number one trending tweet I'm seeing? I mean,
Is it not Thursday morning, Peter?
oh, it is.
People just talking about the day. I
Hashtag,
have no idea.
hashtag Thursday morning, greetings from the lake, and a picture of the lake.
Oh.
So,
That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
okay. Hashtag Thursday.
Let's see here. Kat said, literally just had to discipline my track team for not stretching yesterday because they think they don't have to because they're young. Hey,
There you go.
I always stretch.
Then
I've never talked down upon stretching.
Then they end up in Kat's office afterwards saying, "Hey, something hurt.
Hey,
Did you
I tore my
stretch now?"
hamstring. I tore my hamstring.
What was she telling me when the spring season first started? She said the day after the first track practice, everybody was in her office, like they had shin splints and she was like, "Well, have you been practicing? Have you been getting ready for the season?" "No, first time I ran was yesterday." That'll do it.
I had one baseball season where I had shin splints. That was painful.
It is.
It's painful to catch with shin splints.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
it would
fun.
be.
Not
It would
fun.
be.
Let's see. Abby said, "Did you guys see the Florida Easter egg hunt video?" I did not. Did you?
No.
Oh, I need to know what it is.
All right. Well,
You know it's good if it's a Florida Easter egg. Let's see. Diane said that guy probably does not have any anxiety because he sits in a lovely field all day, breathing in fresh air, just picking clovers. He must be single. I mean that is peaceful, but again, once he gets to at least 100, maybe you got to be bored by picking clovers, man, right?
And he was unemployed for a time, so he went for a lot of walks. And
Diane also said to the movie theater guy, "What an idiot! 3,000. He must be single and unemployed like the Clover guy." Maybe they're best friends.
Could be.
They were like, "Hey, who wants the Clover record and who wants the movie record?"
Right.
And they were like, "I'll fight you for the movie one."
Divvy it up.
Yeah. They do rock, paper, scissors. Dana says, we'll go watch Star Wars on the big screen every time. Yeah, but 300 times, Dana? I mean, I'm rewatching Star Wars right now. It's great. But once I rewatch it, I'm probably not going to touch it for at least a year.
Wow.
I'm not going to make that commitment.
Are you rewatching it in the order?
Chronological.
Okay.
So I'm not going in order of release. I started with the prequels.
The way that they meant it to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I already know the plot twists and everything. If you don't know the plot twist, watch it in order. If it's your first time going through, watch it the way everybody else did. Watch it the way in order of release.
Okay.
Second time through, or whatever you want, go by chronological. It's
Okay.
It's different. It's interesting.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it personally. Let's see what else we got here. Abby said Chudder's is the candy place, and
Yes.
yeah, Littleton they have the Walmart, TJ Maxx, and BK.
It's a day trip to civilization.
It's just funny because I was talking to Kat the other day because she's like, I feel like I live so far away from everything because she lives in Acushnet, and Acushnet doesn't have a whole ton when it comes to like stores. So like to go to Walmart, you got to either go to
that's right.
Dartmouth or Fairhaven.
Right.
And it's just funny because we were having that conversation, and Kat has to drive like, I don't know, 15 minutes to Walmart. Abby's probably got to drive like an hour.
Yeah.
An hour just to go pick up some bonbons from Walmart. Do they sell bonbons?
I believe so.
That's probably my most common joke.
Yeah, it is.
I actually don't know if I've said it on the show before, but like in real life, I love me a good bonbon joke. And I've never had one. So
Foodie Friday.
I guess when I think of bonbon, I think of SpongeBob. They would eat something that looked like a bonbon. I don't know if they called it bonbon.
Right.
But yeah.
I've got to make that
Peter,
list.
can you get me a bonbon?
I have got to make that list of things he's never tried. Twinkies, bonbons,
Oh, yeah. We'll just have to loop it into like one big one,
black licorice.
complete with vomit take at the end. It'll be a good time.
No, we're not doing
No,
that.
I don't want to see that. Everyone that like when they see someone throws up, it'll just be a chain reaction.
Yeah. It'll be
I don't,
ugly.
I don't want to be
It
responsible
will
for
be
that.
ugly.
What else we got? What's going on here? How are we all doing? Justin said at one point, is the Queen still alive? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
As far as we know.
But from what I've heard, she did not go to Easter Sunday service, which is a big thing. She is a always has been, very religious person, and she did not go to Easter Sunday because she's having mobility issues, I've heard. Which, she's 96, so...
Gail said before, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought the day would come when I didn't drink coffee or caffeine. But here I am, off coffee and caffeine for 2 months now. I feel great. Did you go through the headache phase? You must have, right? That's the reason why I don't know if I'll be able to get off. When I don't drink coffee for a day, the headaches, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way. Whenever you have to go in for surgery or something like that, they always say, no food, no water after such and such a time. And the surgeon is always running late because there's probably other issues or he's got a good Call of Duty game going. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the surgeon will be running late. So, your surgery gets delayed. So you're going longer without food or drink. And yeah, that caffeine headache, it starts hitting you. But you feel much better. I'm intrigued by that because I wonder, what are we doing to ourselves with all these?
What are we doing to ourselves with everything? I mean, the food we eat, there's articles about like plastic and trash being in the food that we eat and what are they feeding the animals? And I don't want to go into detail. I don't want to gross everybody out, but
yesterday we went and got clam cakes because Doug in Virginia can't get a good clam cake.
Yep.
I don't even know if they make them down there.
I don't know.
So whenever he's home, he likes to get some clam cakes. So we went to a fried seafood place, and I love fried seafood. I just do. I had a clam plate with some French fries, a couple of clam cakes, and then it came time for dinner, and we were like, "I'm not hungry." So we ended up doing leftovers for dinner. And even last night when I went to bed, like 9:30, I'm upstairs saying, "Why did I do that?"
Yeah. I had a stuffed cold hog.
A stuffy,
My first of the year.
a nice stuffy.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, no, I enjoy clam cakes, but yeah, what there's a lot of stuff we're doing as like a human race that is saving lives, extending our lives. But there's also probably a lot that we're doing that's shortening them. So we're just kind of like balancing it out, We could probably live to like 200.
Yeah.
But with other stuff we do, we cut it back to like average lifespan of like 85. So
Some of the stuff we eat, you're right. and some of the processing and stuff. I watch. We've talked before about how I watched that show, The Food That Built America, Foods That Built America, and really we started going downhill in like the late 60s, early 70s with our food.
Yeah.
Because it became more processed. Well, if they add this to it, it extends its shelf life. Well, maybe you're not supposed to extend its shelf life.
But also,
you know what I mean?
all the vegetables and stuff, the fruit that we eat, it's like, it's all modified so that it's all comes out the same pretty much, like just so that they can produce it more efficiently and evenly. And, it's like, well, yeah, but what's that doing to the stuff?
And if you ever look at old videos, like old videos of, say, a Red Sox game from the 40s, back when guys went to the game in suits, which I can't understand.
I can't imagine.
But everybody's thin. There's no as a country, and we're all dealing with it. I mean, I'd like to lose 5-10 pounds myself, but, it's like everybody was skinny back then. What are we eating now? So...
Yeah, I don't know. We do a bunch of good things as a human race. We do a bunch of bad things.
Hopefully it balances out.
Like killing the planet. But, we'll move on. We don't want to make it a bummer here. Abby says, have you guys watched The Girl from Plainfield? Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
I have not, but...
it's pretty good. I do wonder... I'm going to end up doing some research. I wonder how much of that is true. It's like because they do... That was why I asked you. In the beginning, they say some of this has been... dramatized, I believe is the word they used for.
In the writer's defense, when you take a story like this or like the Lakers, it's like, well, they have to jazz it up to make it interesting.
Of course,
you have to be entertained or you're not going to watch it.
But it sounds like in the Lakers story, they maybe stretch the truth on a little too
way out there.
So I don't know about that. Yeah. But yeah, I am watching it. It's very interesting. But just a messed up case of what happened. Dana says you guys watched the tribute to Rem Dog last night.
Yes.
I did not. I missed it. I'll have to watch it. I saw bits and pieces.
Yeah, I did tape most of it.
Yeah.
But it's funny. When I said something like, I was talking about the CMA Awards, Carrie Underwood's performance, and I said, oh, I forgot to tape that for Mom. And they're all like, Dad, there's a thing called the internet. You can find any video you want.
Hey, funny enough though, I'm struggling to find those performances.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't see. It's this whole thing. I don't understand why I'm struggling to find the CMT performance. Oh, I did find some. Actually, I lied. I did find some. But like when Amazon did the ACMs, I think.
Oh.
And you can't find that. Oh. So it's like, great, another thing that we're losing because the streaming service is fighting for it. So. I don't know where those performances are, but sometimes they're really delayed, so maybe that's the case.
But about the Jerry Remy tribute last night, my eyes were leaking at times. I get a little misty-eyed.
He was the loved man by all.
Yeah, he was with the organization for over 40 years.
So crazy.
In this day and age of broadcasting, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. Mm-hmm. And I read this morning, kind of sad to read this, that Don Orsillo, who was the play-by-play guy and worked with Remy for years, and they were fantastic.
Worked with him the most out of anybody.
Yeah. They were fantastic. If you don't know the story, when Don's contract was up, Larry Lucchino, one of the Boston owners, really wanted Dave O'Brien to have the job. So they let Don go. Mm-hmm. A lot of the fans were outraged. So Don found a job with the San Diego Padres. And he's on Twitter today saying that he was asked to tape a video tribute to Remy. So he did. And then he was informed yesterday that his video will no longer be needed. So they cut it out of the ceremony last night. That's just wrong.
I'd love to know the reason behind it because that doesn't make any sense.
I'm kind of expecting Nesson's going to come back and say, well, we had to cut it for time. You could have cut something out else.
They'll try and save face somehow. Maybe they'll show it at a different time. I don't know, but that's crazy. If anybody out of that whole day should have said something, it was Dawn. So,
right.
Yeah, that's surprising. Abby says I got sucked into the Johnny Depp trial too. Yeah, really weird situation going on.
Now, what is it? He's is she accusing him and he's accusing her?
So she accused him of domestic violence, and now he is suing her for defamation of character. Yeah.
So Because he wants to clear his name because he said he did not hit her and he's never hit a woman.
Yeah, and at first I thought it was like a he said, she said. I was like, how are we going to find out the truth? But yesterday, they released some audio recordings, and
So somebody taped her.
Johnny Depp taped a conversation between the two of them.
Okay.
So you kind of hear the way she talks to him, and it's not looking good for her. Because at first I walked into it with an open mind. You don't want to trust either or, but it's starting to look like Johnny Depp was actually the one being abused in that relationship. So,
Which can happen.
Power to him for coming out, but also it's good that he's coming out because this actually happens to women, and what she's doing is totally she's working against the women where it actually happens to, because she's lying about.
Gotcha.
This. So
Yep.
hopefully justice is served, whatever that may be. Hopefully it happens. But yeah, court, man, so annoying to watch. Objection. Hearsay. And they also use this is a big case. It's being televised. Can you explain it to the people that don't know what's going on? I had to use context clues to figure out hearsay. Why is it called hearsay? I don't know. But basically, it means that somebody else said it that's not included in the trial.
So you heard it said. So I guess that's hearsay. But it's spelled Here, I believe. It's not Hear.
I don't know.
I think. I'm not sure.
And there was another story about how she threw a paint can at him, and he was like, and the workers at the island, saw it, and they were like, well, how do you know that they saw it? And he was like, well, they told. Objection, hearsay. And he's like, how do I? You can see him he pauses. He's trying to think of how to word it so that he can get it through.
Yeah.
And man, it is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, interesting case, and it keeps me up late at night. But yeah, let's see if we have more things. Gail says I tapered off with the coffee from 6 to 8 cups a day down to 1 to a half to none. No headache as long as I stayed hydrated. 6 to 8 cups a day.
Cups a day. Wow.
Hey, all the power to you, because wow, my head would be spinning if I went from 8 cups a day to 0. So. But that's good. Tapered off.
Yes.
Yes. That's pretty good. She said I drink coffee every waking hour, first thing in the morning. Always enjoyed a cup before bed. I know people that do that. I don't know how they sleep at night.
I have to cut myself off after 2. After 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I can go a little bit later than that.
Yeah.
I can have a cup at 4 and still be all right. But yeah, drinking coffee at night, that's crazy.
I know somebody else that does that, and she evidently she sleeps fine. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Let's see. Diane says Plainville girl, mostly true, but jazzed up for TV ratings. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is good. They're releasing one at a time. I don't know how I feel about that. Still, when streaming services release one episode at a time.
Yeah, it's like you have to wait till next week.
It just shows how spoiled we are, because that's how it used to always be.
That's how most TV shows work.
And it's probably better. It probably leads to more sleep. You're not staying up late watching the whole thing, which is what I'd probably do. But now I'm just doing it with the Johnny Depp trial. So.
And what is it? Netflix gives you 9 seconds to decide if you're going to watch the next episode, or
I don't know.
I've had days where it's I can't find the exit button fast enough.
So then
before the next one loads.
He's like, all right, here we go.
All right, here we are.
He's like, oh, let me get the remote. Oh, here we go again. Sorry.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
That's that. Yeah. But anyways, we need breakfast.
Need breakfast. All right, let's do it. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and we appreciate it every time you're here. We'll end it the way we always do. Make sure you go out and make it a great day.
Peace.